Lunchtime, 1 Chronicles 27. And the children of Israel, according to their number, the heads of fathers' houses, and the commanders of thousands and hundreds and their officers, served the sovereign in all matters of the divisions, which came in and went out new moon by new moon throughout all the new moons of the year, each division having 24,000. Over the first division for the first new moon was Yashobam, son of Zabdiel, and in his division were 24,000. Of the sons of Peretz, and the chief of all the commanders of the army for the first new moon. And over the division of the second new moon was Dodai, an Ahohite. And of his division, Mikloth also was the leader, and in his division were 24,000. The third commander of the army for the third new moon was Beniyahu, son of Jehoiada, the priest, who was chief, and in his division were 24,000. This was the Beniyahu who was mighty among the 30, and was over the 30, and in his division was Amizabad, his son. The fourth for the fourth new moon was Asael, the brother of Joab, and Zebadiah, his son, after him, and in his division were 24,000. The fifth for the fifth new moon was Shamuth, the Yazrahite, and in his division were 24,000. The sixth for the sixth new moon was Ira, son of Ikesh, the Techovite, and in his division were 24,000. The seventh for the seventh new moon was Haletz, the Pelonite, of the children of Ephraim, and in his division were 24,000. The eighth for the eighth new moon was Zibekai, the Hushathite, of the Zarites, and in his division were 24,000. The ninth for the ninth new moon was Abiezer, the Anathothite, of the Binyamites, and in his division were 24,000. The 10th for the 10th new moon was Merari, the Netophathite, of the Zarites, and in his division were 24,000. The 11th for the 11th new moon was Benaiah, the Pirathonite, of the children of Ephraim, and in his division were 24,000. The 12th for the 12th new moon was Heldai, the Netophathite, of Othniel, and in his division were 24,000. And over the tribes of Israel, the chief officer over Reuben, Eleazar, son of Zikri, over Shimon, Shaphatyahu, son of Maacah, Levi, Hashabiah, son of Kemuel, over Aharon, Sadok, Yehuda, Elihu, one of David's brothers, Yissachar, Omri, son of Mikael, Zebulun, Yishmayahu, son of Obadiah, Naphtali, Yeremoth, son of Azriel, the children of Ephraim, Hoshea, son of Azazyahu, the half-tribe of Manasseh, Yoel, son of Pedaiahu, the half-tribe of Manasseh in Gilad, Iddo, son of Zechariahu, Benjamin, Asiel, son of Abner, Dan, Azarel, son of Yoharam, Yeroham. These were the rulers of the tribes of Israel. But David did not take the number of those 20 years old and under, because Jehovah had said he would increase Israel like the stars of the heavens. Joab, son of Zeruiah, began a census, but he did not finish, for wrath came upon Israel because of this census, nor was the number recorded in the account of the annals of sovereign David. And Asmaveth, son of Adiel, was over the sovereign's treasuries. And Jonathan, son of Uzziyahu, was over the storehouses in the field, in the cities and in the villages and in the watchtowers. And Azri, son of Caleb, was over those who did the work of the field for tilling the ground. And Shimi, the Ramathite, was over the vineyards, and Zabdi, the Shifmite, was over the increase of the vineyards for the wine cellars. And Baal Hanan, the Gederite, was over the olive trees and the sycamore trees that were in the low country, and Joash was over the oil stores. And Shitrai, the Sharonite, was over the herds that fed in Sharon, and Shaphat, son of Adle, was over the herds that were in the valleys. And Obil, the Yishmaelite, was over the camels, and Yediahu, Merenothite, was over the donkeys. And Yaziz, the Hagrite, was over the flocks, and all these were heads over the property of sovereign David. Also Jehonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a wise man, and a scribe. And Yehiel, son of Hakmoni, was with the sovereign's sons. And Ahithophel was the sovereign's counselor, and Hushai the Archite was the sovereign's companion. And after Ahithophel was Jehoiada, son of Beniahu, then Abiathar, and the chief of the sovereign's army was Joab. And David assembled at Jerusalem all the elders of Israel, the rulers of the tribes and the commanders of the divisions who served the sovereign, the commanders over thousands and commanders over hundreds, and the heads over all the property and the possessions of the sovereign and of his sons, with the officials, the mighty men, and all the mighty brave men. Then sovereign David rose to his feet and said, "Hear me, my brothers and my people. I had it in my heart to build a house of rest for the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, and for the footstool of our Elohim, and had made preparations to build it. But Elohim said to me, You do not build a house for my name, because you have been a man of battle and have shed blood. Yet Jehovah Elohim of Israel chose me above all the house of my father to be sovereign over Israel forever, for he has chosen Yehudah to be the ruler. And of the house of Yehudah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father, he was pleased with me to make me reign over all Israel. And of all my sons, for Jehovah has given me many sons, he has chosen my son Shlomo to sit on the throne of the reign of Jehovah over Israel, and said to me, Shlomo, your son is the one to build my house and my courtyards, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I myself am a father to him. And I shall establish his reign forever, if he is strong to do my commands and my right rulings as it is this day. And now before the eyes of all Israel, the assembly of Jehovah, and in the hearing of our Elohim, guard and seek all the commands of Jehovah your Elohim, so that you possess this good land, and leave it as an inheritance for your children after you forever. And as for you, my son Shlomo, know the Elohim of your father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a pleasing life, for Jehovah searches all hearts and understands all the intent of the thoughts. If you do seek him, he is found by you, but if you forsake him, he rejects you forever. See now, for Jehovah has chosen you to build a house for the set-apart place. Be strong and do it." And David gave his son Shlomo the plans for the porch and its houses and its treasuries and its upper rooms and its inner rooms and the place of atonement, and the plans for all that he had by the Spirit of the courtyards of the house of Jehovah, and of all the rooms all around, and of the treasuries of the house of Elohim, and of the treasuries for the set-apart gifts, and for the divisions of the priests and the Levites, and for all the work of the service of the house of Jehovah, and for all the vessels of service in the house of Jehovah, even gold by weight for utensils of gold, for all utensils used in every kind of service, for silver, for all utensils of silver by weight, for all utensils used in every kind of service, and by weight for the lampstands of gold and their lamps of gold, by weight for each lampstand and its lamps, and for the lampstands of silver by weight, for the lampstand and its lamps, according to the use of each lampstand. And by weight gold for the tables of the showbread, for each table, and silver for the tables of silver, and clean gold for the forks and the basins and the jars of clean gold, and the golden bowls by weight for every bowl, and for the silver bowls, silver by weight for every bowl, and refined gold by weight for the slaughter place of incense, and for the pattern of the chariot of the gold cherubim, spreading out their wings and covering over the ark of the covenant of Jehovah. Jehovah made me understand all this in writing, by his hand upon me, all the works of these plans. And David said to his son Shlomo, Be strong and courageous and do it. Do not fear nor be afraid, for Jehovah, Elohim, my Elohim, is with you. He shall not leave you nor forsake you, until you have completed all the work for the service of the house of Jehovah. And see the divisions of the priests and the Levites, for all the service of the house of Elohim, and every volunteer of any skill is with you in all work, for every kind of service, and the rulers and all the peoples are entirely at your command.